All right. Hey guys, and welcome to Tutorial Grid Live. If you missed last night's little live stream, we created something pretty awesome, I think, which is this cool uh, bolted together object where we've got my logo here and a logo here, a bolt, and we got a spring and all that stuff. Really came together really nicely, and it's based off of something that I did on Instagram. So that's pretty awesome. So today we're just going to be basically designing. We're going to be learning some new things, trying some new stuff out, doing some volumetric lighting, stuff like that. Make sure you check on out amazingmusictracks.com for all your awesome music needs. You can also use our coupon code TutorialGrid10 to get 10% off of your first download or your first purchase. So make sure to use that. Also, they've got a pretty cool promo going on, $5 off, AMTA April. That's pretty cool. Also, check me out on Instagram at Instagram.com/Cherokee_Turner. Check out all my cool stuff. Again, this is actually what we did last night. We recreated this, and I taught people how to do that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Keep up to date with what I'm doing. I post literally every day now. So yeah, so make sure to check that out. Also check me out at facebook.com/avidproductions479. So make sure to check that out. And apparently someone decided to message me as soon as I opened that up. So let's get started here. We've got one person checking out. Welcome to the live stream. It is fairly late. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a new window here. So File, New. One of the things I wanted to try was everything I've been doing so far has been utilizing floor layers, a sky layer, and using just the in general lighting or the studio lighting, and really just relying on what's available with global illumination. So one of the things I wanted to try that I haven't is utilizing ways to take away light. So virtually putting an object inside of a room or a tunnel and using light that is only coming from one source and is actually being shown through that source. So one of the ways I wanted to try that is basically making a tunnel. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And looking at textures and all that stuff. So I want to make a tunnel here. Start with a tube. I'm going to make it fairly large because I want it to be just stupid massive. I'm going to turn it on its side. 90. Tube. Inner. Radius. Maybe about right there. Outer radius. Let's make this fairly massive. Alright. There. It doesn't have to be huge, like absolutely stupid massive, but I want to make sure that this has some depth. It might be a little too big actually, but we'll see here in just a minute. Alright, change the height from 100 centimeters, and we're gonna make this really, really long. So instead of doing that, let's just mark this at, I believe that's 99,000. Let's do 15,000. We'll do that. We'll zoom out here. Alright, so I want to see what this would look like inside. So we'll just put this in here. About right here. And so I'm thinking, because I know I don't want to, one of the things I want to do is be able to not see the other side of this tunnel. So I need to make that maybe 30,000. I'll put a cap on it or something. Or I'll need to shoot it at an angle that it might not see. Or just really go insane. So 30,000, let's do 100. 1, 2, 3. That might not even do it as well. So we'll just put a cap on that. So it really probably doesn't matter how long this thing is. Reason why is because I'm going to cap this this sucker off right over here. I'm going to actually cap both ends. I'm going to stick a bool layer right on top of this. That way I have light showing through. At least I'm going to try. I've never tried to do this before, so this is all completely experimental. So I'm interested to see what happens. Let's check and see if we've got anybody on. Okay, we've got one person. Make sure to hit that chat button there, and I'll answer any questions you got. Or yeah. So let's go ahead and start adding the cap. So how big is this? The radius, outer radius, 2,593. 2593. Let's do a disk. 2593. So outer radius 2593. And go ahead and pull this up 90 degrees. Hopefully 90 degrees, and push this back into Z space. Way back there, about right. We'll push this right here. So what would happen if we put, I don't know, a light here? And let's go ahead and just do one of those. Okay, so we've got a tunnel. It looks cool. There's that. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this. And I'm going to zoom out quite a bit here. And we're going to move my disk. Come on. I'm not exactly on the greatest of surfaces to be modeling on. Alright, come on. Hello. Come on. Where's my green arrow? I want my green arrow. Jesus Christ. Come on. There's my green arrow. Move it down. So I completely want to cap this sucker off. Right there. Move in. Whoops. So I'm on a different microphone than I normally am, because I have to do all this stuff mobily in order to do stuff, just the way my situation is. So I have like a headset microphone. So I hope it sounds alright. I'm not used to using a headset microphone because it's been literally years since I've ever even... I'm like used to it through like gaming, and I barely game. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like. Okay, cool. Let's add that light back in here. Let's see what that looks like. Cool. Alright, let's see. Let's add the light. And let's check shadows. Shadow maps on. Density good. Okay, that's going to look cool. Let's go to our tube here. Make sure our iterations are sounding pretty good. Height segments 1. Rotation segments. Let's turn this up quite a bit, because I don't want to see... If you notice, whenever I hit that render, you can see all the little lines, which is kind of okay, because I kind of want it to be grungy looking, but then again, I also don't want it to be grungy looking at the same time. So that's probably going to be as good as it's going to get, which is alright. So let's go ahead and delete this, and delete that light. So I'm going to go hang out on the outside of this tube, and let's create a cylinder. Alright, so I'm going to move this cylinder. It started right in the center there. Let's move this cylinder right over, about right here. And zoom in, make sure this thing's... Yeah, that's way not big enough. Alright, this radius. Make sure this sucker's going to be pretty big. And height. This way, it will for sure eat all the way through our tunnel, because the idea is to zoom in on this, and I'm going to have my logo basically right here. So the angle is going to be something like, oh my gosh, like this. It's going to be looking up, and you're going to see the logo. So I might have to be pointed further down, looks like. And that's going to have to be way bigger. Alright, so that tube's good. That cylinder's there. Let's change the radius just so I can see how big this is going to be. About right there. So this is going to be the only light source. So the light is going to be outside of the tube. I'm hoping this is going to work. So I don't know if it's going to work or not. I'm going to push this down a bit. That should work pretty good. Move that down. Yeah. Be about like right there. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this down. I've never done this, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be under my bool layer there. Right there. Subdivision surface. I do want to do something with subdivision surface soon, but I've never used it before, so that's going to be an interesting night. Okay, so I'm going to take this and make this a child of the bool. Oh, I'm not sure what just happened. Let's height segments. Let's do like 50. Not sure why that did that. 100. This is probably not going to matter at all. Yep, it doesn't. Cap segments isn't going to matter. I don't know. We'll try. 40. It just looks a little scattered here if you look. Why? There you go. Okay, yeah. So see, that's what I'm wanting right there. Cool. Alright, so let's see if this is going to work. Push this light. I'm going to push it out. Push it closer to the hole that's right here. Push it almost right up into it. I'm going to try to utilize some volumetric lighting to hopefully, yeah, let's just use that angle right there. So let's see what this looks like real quick. Okay, so it's working, kind of. Let's do visibility, shadow maps on. Visibility, there should be a volumetric deal here. Light, coordination, general, shadow maps, visibility, volumetric. Let's see here. There we go. Alright, so now we're starting to cook. So what that did was allow to make that light come down, and we've got just that one small light source. So the next thing that I want to try and do, let's try some of these other settings here. Ambient illumination. It looks awful. So let's do details, contrast. Let's do, instead of shadow density 100, let's try 60. That'll probably lighten things up just a little bit. Yeah, it's not enough. Let's do 80. Okay, let's try something else. Let's do visibility, fall off, outer distance. Let's try something like that. I want the edges of this light to be very, very subtle. Sample distance, brightness, dust. Try some dust. Pull that into there. Okay, so let's try something else. I'm going to go and create a material and see what happens whenever I utilize a material. Maybe something that's like uber reflective. Roughness, turn that up. Yeah, maybe not. Reflection strength. So let's just see what happens whenever we add that. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's going to start bouncing off the walls, I guarantee you. Nobody's in chat, but I do have people watching. Welcome to the stream. We're working in cinema. We're going to try some stuff out for a little bit and see if it doesn't get too late. Thank you for hanging out with me on your Saturday, though. That's pretty cool. Oh, viewport. Render faster. Alright, so I've added a very reflective surface to our scene, and it's not exactly, I mean, I'm not going to be using the surface textures or the very reflective textures because I want this to be going down like a hallway. And one of the things that I'm noticing is this surface back here, which is our first disc. I think I'm going to have to push that up a little further because I think it's outside of our tube. So I want to make sure that this isn't going to be throwing any light. It almost looks like there's a sphere in there the way it looks though. And this is looking actually kind of cool. I can see what we could be utilizing this for whenever we start to texture stuff, because my idea is I'm wanting to put some water, texture this as if it's like a dirty grungy tube, have volumetric lighting coming down through the top end of there, and I think I'm going to make this hole a little bit bigger. But yeah, so that's the idea so far. But this is looking okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that off and delete this because we don't need it, honestly. And see if this is going to work again. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's make this bigger because I already know that I want it to be bigger. So radius, let's say 1500. Can I see what I'm doing? I'm on a laptop, a MacBook Air, by the way, because that's the only thing I have to work on right now that isn't being utilized. Alright, come on. Think, computer, think. Alright, I'm apparently on the outside. Yep, there I am. Moving in. There we go. Okay. Cool. Next thing I kind of want to do is I just want to test some things. Let's do sky. And do nope. Let's do create new material. Double click on this sucker. Color. Texture. I'll do backlight. It doesn't need to be indoors. I want it to be outdoors. So something that's outdoors, fairly bright. That way we can add some color. And this is all just for testing, because I really want to figure out whether or not I can get this volumetric lighting to work, which I know I can. I've done it before. It's just been a very, very long time. And maybe Video Copilot doesn't have what I need. That's a scary thing. I know there's some outdoor textures, and this isn't going to be what I'm going to be utilizing in the end, but it would be nice. There we go. Let's use that one. Open. No. Right there. Push this onto the sky. Use that light, and let's check and see what this looks like. Okay, so virtually the same thing. We've got the light in there. We've got a light that's coming down. I'm going to be changing the background. That's absolutely for sure. But I'm wondering why the fall off isn't as harsh as I want it be. So I think it has something to do with this disc right here. Let's see here. No, it should be. That should be capped off pretty good. Strange. Strange, strange, strange. Alright, let's see here. Move in. Right there. Moving over. I want to go ahead and set up a camera so I can like move in between sets. So this camera, let's do 36. I want it to be fairly wide, so let's do 18, 15, maybe a 24 millimeter, 244, 24, right there. Put this sucker down. So I'm trying to think of perspectives of. That looks pretty good. A 4x4, because this is obviously all going to be Instagram. And then with only utilizing one image for 1920 by 1080. So with that being said, let's try and get rid of our textures in the background over here. So instead of white, you're going to be black. You're going to have no reflectance. It's going to be complete matte. So alright, so with that being said, boom, we've got infinity, so that looks good. I just need to work on my fall off now. So yeah, before we do that, let's check and see if we got any comments. One comment, hey, do you still have the old intro that you made with clouds? If you have, can you share it, please? Yes, send us. The old intro is on my website, CherokeeTurner.com. You can check it out there, and you can download all that stuff. Okay, let's see here. What do I want to do? Let's do the logo. So let's go out of here. Right here, let's go to cameras, default camera, and that'll hopefully not crash my small little itsy bitsy computer. Let's go to options, configure. I remember how to do it on 18 this time. Alright. Find my logo, hit OK, and get my pen tool going. Let's do right here. There, 2, 3, whoops, that was not good. 3, 6. This is going to be very crude. I'm totally going to redo this for Instagram. That one, that one. I don't know why it's not giving me straight lines. There and there. Okay, cool. Got that. Let's do extrude NURBS. Right there. And extrude the crap out of them. About right there. I think I'm going to have to rotate it as well. Maybe. Let's go. Let's find it first before we do anything else to it. It's all the way down in there. Wow. It's way down there. That's small. Itty bitty 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 bitty. I did make this tunnel fairly large for this exact purpose, so good for me. Let's make this bigger because I can't see it. So it's obviously insanely large. Alright. Okay, where are you at? And I'm probably, yep, that's what I was doing. Crap. Alright. Nope, don't need that. I want to make it large. Make it large. Oh, jeez, come on. And that's my son not being okay. Alright, let's do this. 700. 700. Come on, 700. Not 710, 700. Come on. There you go, 700. Alright, that's way too big. Why can I not uniform scale? Uniform scale. $450. That's why. I think it is uniform scaling, and I'm just not doing it. There it is. Yeah, it is uniform scaling. I'm an idiot. Okay. Let's go and use less extrusion then, because I don't want it to be that thick. Cool. Looks good. Back it up. Back it up. Let's move it back. Moving. Moving. Closer. Need to put on some music or something. Move that over. Let's see here. Navigation, use camera, regular camera, and that's what that's going to look like. So that would be in the light. Let's see what this looks like. Nothing. Okay, so this is basically going to look fairly backlit if I move it where I want it to. So camera, sky, extrude, NURBS, right here. Let me select. There we go. Oh my gosh, I need a faster laptop. This thing's such a piece. Well, it's refreshing. Alright, we've been going for about 30 minutes. We'll probably go for another 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how well this works. So I can kind of learn some things. So that looks cool. It's not doing exactly what I want it to do, but it's still a work in progress. Create new material. Let's create just an insanely reflective material here. Reflection, legacy, reflection, strength. Let's push that all the way up. Roughness, not so much. Let's do that and see what happens. So this is probably going to take a bit to render. Maybe. While you're at it, make sure to check me out on Instagram at instagram.com/Cherokee_Turner. You can check out all the fun stuff that I get myself into. I almost sent a photo. Let's see here. I had a Facebook message. I'm going to check that Facebook message real quick while this thing hopefully renders something. There we go. That looks alright. Let's see here. I mean, obviously it's not the way I want it textured, and I still got to figure out this volumetric lighting situation because I want rays of light to be going down. Let's see what happens if I change some settings. So effect, whoops, caustics, don't want caustics. Well, I do and I don't. Lens distortion, should be a thing that says atmosphere, mode, position, object, glow, lens highlight, global illumination. Nope. Multipass. Well, there used to be atmosphere multiply. Do I have any of those settings applied? So multipass, go on there. Effect. Maybe. It also might be in that light setting. I know there's a setting that allows that to happen. I just don't know if it's this light or if there's a different light that I'm supposed to use. But that's what I'm here for, because I've done it before, but it's been a bit. So I've got to figure that out. Got to figure out them rays. Yeah. Photometric, caustics, surface caustics, volume caustics, all that stuff. Turn it on. Noise. Yeah, that might be it right there. Alright, let's try it. It changed some things. Some things it did change. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's obviously not what I'm wanting 100%, but it is kind of cool. What would be neat is if this tube was maybe a little wider. You know? I don't know, just a thought. Because I'm wanting to have some water that is down here. Yeah, maybe I do need it to be a little bit bigger. Maybe turn down, move down the logo just a bit. Maybe something like that. Move it up. Maybe just give it a slight little tilt like that. Kind of looks cool. But I'm kind of getting off the topic of what I was looking for. Let's try different lights. Maybe that will help. Different lights. Let's try an area light instead. Move this up. Let's see what happens whenever I do that. Turn that light off. Alright, there's that. So let's see here. Let's see what options we've got. I believe they're going to be the exact same options, but who knows. So this area looks fine. We'll do shadow. Let's do some ray traced shadows, shall we? Ambient illusion, separate paths, export composition, details, contrast. Don't need to change that. Area shape rectangle. Let's do a sphere. Add green. No, we're going to do that later. Fall off. Let's do linear. I do want that. Maybe not. It's all a work in progress. Let's do, so fall off. Turn that off. I might have to go here in a little bit because my son is waking up and I need to feed him a little bit, possibly. Or he could just be a tossy-turny little dude. Alright, so that added a weird effect, but I'm wondering what will happen. Since I'm using the area light, it might change some things up if I change ray traced into soft shadows. So we'll do this. Soft shadows, density, let's do 90 instead of 80. Transparency, sample radius. Yeah, we won't worry about that too much. Photometric intensity, maybe. Add caustics, volume caustics. Energy up. What happens if we do that? Poof. Rendering goes to a billion. That's kind of cool. We've got a nice fall off on the edge here. This is kind of cool. I mean, that actually doesn't look too bad, but again, I don't have those rays coming through. I need those rays. That's what I want. Noise, let's turn visibility on. Let's try that. No, that didn't work. Let's try illumination. That did something. Not necessarily probably what we needed, but that does add kind of a cool texture. Let's do... This computer is insanely slow. Let's do 50. Let's try that. Maybe that'll add some rays. I'm probably going to have to look up a tutorial today or tonight to figure out how to add light rays to my scene. I haven't even textured this thing, and it looks... I'm kind of enjoying the way this is looking. I'm probably going to have to add one very subtle light in the front end here just to kind of give this some illumination. But overall, this is actually looking kind of cool. I need to figure out that light fall off, though. Need those rays. Brightness, I'll turn that to like 10%. Oh, man, I can't figure this out. If anybody knows how to get the light rays there, please leave them in the comment section, because I'm kind of racking my brain on this thing right now. Fall off. Linear fall off. Linear fall off. It just makes me want to play Fallout and play a video game. Alright, so apparently that's not going to work. I wonder if we have a volume light. Air light, infinite light. No. I'm probably going to have to look up a tutorial, guys. That sucks, because I did not want to look up a tutorial. Don't need a floor either. Okay. Well, I think I'm at the end of my rope on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and end tonight's live stream. So far what we've done is we've got a light source, two different light sources, trying to figure out which one I should use because I don't know which one will work for the correct fall off I want, and the light distribution. So I want my light rays coming through and shining from back behind this logo, so you'll see a bunch of volumetrics going on. So that's what I'm going to try to do next time. Also, what I'm trying to do is get this curvature to work good, and yeah, so things I'm going to add next time is those light rays. Probably going to add some water, definitely texture this thing up, and kind of go from there, kind of use my brain to look at some more designs. Probably work out my logo a little bit more too, just because I just kind of threw it in there. I can still work it out because I've got the extrude nerds ready to go. But everybody, thank you for checking out the live stream. I got to tend to my family here. So make sure to check me out on Instagram at instagram.com /Cherokee_Turner. Also at Facebook at facebook.com /Adverproduction479. And get your coupon code for 10% off at Amazing Music Tracks using coupon code TutorialGrid10. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.